continue on. Alejo Muniz taking on Michel Bourez. During the break, we saw Alejo take control of this peak.
Yeah, Alejo, you know, one of those real strong sort of stances, nice and wide, but on that occasion there, I mean, you know, Joe, that wind's starting to pick up a little bit. We're seeing more texture on the face of the wave, a lot more lump and bump with that tide rushing out. There's so much going on right now. Just to be able to get yourself in the right place at the right time, very, very difficult.
Alejo kicks things off with a 2.5 as he takes on Michel Bourez. These guys share the same major sponsor, travel around the world together.
Yeah, exactly right. Part of that French Polynesia, so spends a lot of time here in Europe.
Fading the takeoff, now setting up the snap off the lip is Michel Bourez. Winds up vertically, hacks it off the top, body torque wrap again for the Spartan. Extends that wrap even further, and this left just keeps on giving. The Tahitian now finding a finishing move. Aggressive hack there. Michel will take the lead.
Let's have a look at Michel Bourez. Really active surfer, puts a lot of energy into everything he does. Let's watch this turn right here. Look at the body language. That upper part of his body twists, and once it does pivot, then that board follows him back around. And again, look at that extension on that backhand snap again. So Michel Bourez, very heavy back-footed. He's called the Spartan for a reason. Why? This guy is made of muscle. Once you figure it out, it's kind of like that light bulb moment.
Before Alejo's injury here in France last season as a wild card, he was #1 on the QS. That's why he got the quick call up. And he was turning in one of the best seasons of his career. He's winning events like the event in Bolito. Now paddling in, Alejo Muniz opts for a left-hander. Nice solid slashing turn off the lip. Nice flow into the second snap. It's going to go off speed, so he'll be hung up on the second maneuver. 2.515 so far for Alejo as he'll build, needing just a 2.84 for a lead change.
She's ready to go, and just waiting, super excited, and can't wait.
So how are you keeping the focus on your surfing, or is it more like your mind and your heart is at home?
You know, I've just been in a really close relationship with God, you know, like been praying a lot and keeping myself like super relaxed and comfortable. Things that happen in our lives sometimes is just like to make us stronger. So I'm just like feeling pressure, but at the same time I'm really happy and having a lot of fun being here again and competing these nice little waves.
And your dad's also wearing the lucky shirt. We want to know, is that the same shirt or does he have 5 of the same shirt?
In the middle of the world title race when he went down to Maxime Housineau in real small scoring conditions.
Yeah, you know, and here goes Alejo trying to crank it up and get a good score.
Alejo Muniz pushing hard on the backhand. He also got another left during the interview with Felipe. So Muniz needing a 4.11 for the lead. 4.0 before that. Bourez, low score 2.77, is keeping this one very interesting at the 18-minute mark.
I think timing comes into play a hell of a lot, as well as your technique. So Alejo, let's see if he's got some of that.
Muniz slaps it off the lip. He's got a big section to work with. Little mid-trim on that backside float, and he'll step off. Behind him is Michel Bourez. Backside, power wrap from the Spartan. Open face hook. Just wants the lip to hit now. He'll crush it right there. Rides down with the foam. Vert with a little tail drift, just to add a little bit of spice on the tail end of that wave. And now it's just fading. Not much left. Spartan kicks out. He's improving on a 2.77. Muniz looking to improve on a 2.73.
Yeah, Michel Bourez, I mean, you know, just the epitome of power, really. He just extends that body. Let's have a look at this wave here from Michel Bourez, just trying to back up that 5.33. You can see every single turn Michel Bourez is leaning into it, putting 110% into each and every turn, slams it up through the lip there. And again off the bottom, you can see him puffing those cheeks up, you know, holding his breath and then exhaling once he's going through his turns. Almost like a prize fighter is Michel Bourez as he kicks out of wave number 4. As you said, looking to improve on a 2.77. Alejo Muniz at this stage was looking for a 4.11. Nice opening turn. Beautiful speed float right there, getting almost upside down. But that wave not offering any kind of inside section. So 3.40 for Alejo on his last ride, and we're still waiting for Michel's to lock in. I expect that requirement to be pushed out a little bit more than that 4.11 for Alejo.
Michel Bourez last 4.73, so Muniz now needing a 6.06 to come back at the halfway mark. As we'll get caught up with what happened during the break, it was the Spartan finding a right-hander.
Yeah, look at that right there, just throwing the board right, nice and vertical. As he brings it through the inside, waiting for this wave to build up. Michel Bourez, again, the power that this man possesses, a lot of the time overpowers his equipment, but on that occasion there, you know, the thing I really starting to enjoy about Michel Bourez's approach, Joe, is that he's actually pulling back a little bit and he's starting to make less mistakes.
Down in Portugal, they'd have some European junior championships down there where the Spartan would just go for broke on everything that came through. Alejo's up, looking for something big, tags it right off the lip. Wrapping cutback to set up the inside wall. Muniz now needing a big finish because he needs a 7.33 for a lead change. They'll just wait to redirect. Finishing up this wave now on his backhand on the reform. 3 big belts to finish that one off. Both surfers heating up. Last for Spartan was a 6.0. And Alejo needs a little bit more. How'd you like the performance spots?
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an interesting situation right here because Alejo kind of moved more towards the north as quick as possible.
Alejo with his eyes on Michel Bourez from the beach. The Spartan winds up for a big tail blow. Eventually reverses out of it. Now crushes the inside corner but doesn't come up with the finish. One big move as he's still out the back on his own. Muniz taking his time on the run around, waiting for the scores to come through. Let's watch this first move once again.
Yeah, let's have a look at Michel Bourez. Drives off the bottom, bang, throws the tail out, and then just shows that ability to be able to ride backwards, which is pretty tricky, and then just spin around with speed. Unfortunately, not finishing that one off, so I can't see that going into his top 2. Alejo Muniz, on the other hand, this is the wave that he found. He kind of broke away and sort of went more towards the north. Beautiful opening turn there, just a nice swooping maneuver. Now watch this wave as it flattens out, dies out completely in that deep channel. Alejo finds the connection, keeping that board moving, and then finds this little left-hander through the inside. So gets that beautiful inside connection and rattles off a couple of solid turns on his backhand. Needing a 7.33. The judges having a good long hard think about that as he gets followed by the drone. I think the bulk of the points from this first turn, Joe, right there you can see just jamming the board into the face of the wave and then that swooping maneuver. So 2-turn combo out the back. Finished off on the inside.
The heat recap, round 2, heat 7. We've seen Alejo and Michel take a ton of rides. Alejo with 8 waves ridden, the Spartan with 9. Michel Bourez opened with a 5.33 that got him in the lead.
Yeah, you know, you can see by Michel's approach, obviously these guys are really good friends, so pretty tough to take down your mate, but this is that wave I was talking about. Alejo, that's where all the score came from, on those first 2 turns. Length of ride no longer a factor when it comes into the judging criteria, but Alejo rolling the dice anyway, looking for that connection through the inside. 5.50 on this occasion, his best wave yet. So you're looking at the world's best. The judges are keeping that scale relatively low. Why? Because anything can happen out here. Conditions can improve. All of a sudden we're going to start seeing beautiful ramps, and then they've got to keep that scale relatively low. Michel Bourez blowing the tail out, just showing the judges complete control there. How difficult is that? That's pretty hard to do. Surf with your fins forward. Michel Bourez, if he had to finish that off, that would have gone in with his top 2. Unfortunately not.
Now looking at 90 seconds on the clock, Alejo Muniz needs a 5.84. Snaps it under the lip, backside float, jams it vertically. He needs to finish solid. Rips run under the lip. He's able to stay on his feet through the backwash. Meanwhile, the Spartan throws a big error into a hard landing, and he goes down. This one coming in just a bit bigger at a 6.5.
Right, nice speed maneuver, floated up over, and then right, beautiful, nice tight surfing right there from Alejo Muniz. He surfed around about 8 waves before he actually got his 2 keepers, so that's just persistence right there, and when there's time on the clock, you've got to keep your head in the game.
A hard-working matchup, a 6.55 back-to-back for Alejo Muniz to finally put himself in the lead when it matters the most. Into the countdown, and Alejo Muniz will take his 2nd win of his career over Michel Bourez. Now 2-1 all-time matchups with these two. Bourez lets one slip through his fingers for another 25th this season. Muniz now making it official with the horn sounding. He's off and running into round 3, and he's got to be proud of that comeback, Potts.
Yeah, definitely. His last 2 scoring rides were his keepers.